Okay, so as you all may remember, just a little recap. Last time we were using the dozer, we heard something snap, and we just assumed that it was the hydraulic coupling again, just because it was the most recent thing that we had problems with. And so it's been sitting over here a couple of days, and Dad just got down here today to look at it, and so he thinks it may be worse than just the hydraulic coupling. So as you may know, right here is the hydraulic pump where it meets the housing underneath the radiator, and the coupling that we had repaired is directly underneath this radiator. And so when he got out here earlier today, he said that there's a huge puddle of hydraulic oil here on the ground. And so what he thinks happened was that the coupling snapped inside of the housing, and a piece of the coupling came off, flew up, punched a hole into the bottom of the radiator, and the hydraulic oil leaked out. So we just gotta disassemble the front of the dozer, take it apart, really look in there, and that's when we're gonna really know, what happened, how hard it's gonna be to fix it, and so on and so forth. What are we doing?
We had another pump failure, I believe, so we gotta take it back apart and see what happened. And I think it came loose and punctured the bottom tank on the radiator because there's no more coolant in it. So we're gonna peel the nose off of it and see what kind of damage we find.
So what is that?
That's the shaft that goes from the flywheel to the pump. And obviously it came loose somehow or another. Either the spring broke, just kept pinching on it, or something happened anyway. It's not supposed to be like that.
Okay, so last time we took the hood off, we used the backhoe, but we're trying to prevent from having to do that. It's catching on the radiator, and so we got to take the radiator out anyway. So right now we're trying to get it detached from the main frame, and so we can look behind it and get back there.
Lean it over toward you. Oh yeah, you can see the hole there.
So this is the shaft, right? That connects the motor to the pump. So I guess it came off.
It came loose.
Oh.
It broke a tooth off. That's the tooth I found.
Where's the tooth?
Right here. So that tooth broke. That's what caused the failure. It's probably that tooth broke under load. And it let it get crooked. And it came up and hit the bottom of the radiator.
Okay.
So,
and then that popped the rest of it off, and
yeah, this and this is different.
So the first time, oh, I see right there.
Yeah, I welded that piece onto here.
Yeah.
So I can still get this shaft. And this lines up in the pulley here.
Yeah, and that's what meshes those teeth.
And then you got this spring that pushes against this piece.
Okay, and that creates tension and keeps it together.
Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's the plastic spider that goes in the middle. Keep a couple.
Oh, okay. Keep dirt and stuff out?
No, that's what creates your bond between the two halves.
Oh.
And this tooth went right here.
And then the other three tooth went in the gap.
The other side, yeah, it went there.
What's your next step, and like, how are you gonna fix that hole?
Well, the right way to do it would be carry it to the radiator shop, and they probably would have to put a new lower tank on it. The cheap way is to
Heat
it's
it up
all
and form it
soldered. No, you just cram it full of JB Weld and hope it doesn't leak.
So which one are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna check into how much radiators are gonna cost. I imagine that's $400 or $500. So let's break the oil color lines loose from the radiator and see how much oil is in those.
Okay.
But anyway, in the meantime, we discovered the water pump was bad. Bearing was bad in the water pump, so instead of rebuilding the old water pump, I just was able to find a new one. So next we'll clean that surface up, put the gasket in the water pump on, and go from there. It should fix our hydraulic problem. The problem before is when I fixed this many years ago, I couldn't ever source this coupling or this shaft. In the world of the internet today now, all I did was type it in, boom, there it was. So I didn't have that feature back then. So I had took just an industrial Lovejoy coupling and modified it to fit on the pump. And I had modified the shaft. I made this coupling thinking it would hold up.
But the problem is it's a lot of weak points at the base of the teeth.
Well, apparently the hydraulic pressure on the pump from the motor, it disintegrated the old spider coupling, the spider in this rubber piece. And so it was just vibrating back and forth and just beat itself to death the first time. So I redid it. And I welded it to the shaft thinking I had it better true and all that. And it didn't last a day, and it failed.
So then what's the difference between that and this old coupling?
Well, this coupling, I had just drilled and tapped another set screw. And I had just took the grinder and flattened out 2 places on the pump shaft for those set screws. So the set screw was the only thing holding it to the pump shaft. Well, as you can see, the old shaft, and this is the old shaft, same as that one, it's got all these spines. So instead of just 2 points of contact, you got whatever, 12 of these or whatever, however many they are, keeping it in torque.
So that is just a hollow piece of metal with the teeth in it?
Yeah, it's a mate. This is the male part and the female part fits.
Okay.
The pump shaft looks identical to this. I had to buy the new shaft because I ruined this one by welding all this on. And I had welded this coupling on the face of that shaft, but where it spun and then where I had recessed the 2 flats for the set screws, there's not many splines left on the pump. So when it fails again, it'll probably be the pump shaft, and I'll have to buy a new pump, which is like $2,000 or something, or I could take it apart and maybe salvage this shaft.
Okay, so we got the radiator back on, the oil filter hooked back onto the side of the hood right here. Got all the hoses hooked up except for one small hose at the top of the radiator. It needed replacing, but we got the wrong size. So besides getting another one of that, and of course folding the hood back up and bolting it back on, we should be good to go. That's about it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.